Here's the second video for It's Just Talk. This deals with line 2 of the sheet that I'm handing out just as a guide, as some helpful information on soloing over it. Oftentimes we can create scales as a subset of the given scale. So in this case we're dealing with the Dorian mode, but there are 2 pentatonic scales, 3 really, but 2 that I'd like to mention that can be found within those 7 tones. The first of which, as you'll see under example number 2, is to base a major pentatonic scale on the flat 7 of the key. It's a great technique. The other is to base a major pentatonic scale on the 4th degree, 4th scale degree, or scale degree 11 if you're thinking that way. But it's interesting numerically what you get if you play a minor chord and then you play the major pentatonic scale based on the flat 7. Flat 7, root 9, 11, 5, flat 7. And that can give you a really nice mix of what I had mentioned earlier in the first video, which is what does it mean to use only seconds, what does it mean to use only thirds. But this, because of the construction of the pentatonic scale, gives you both thirds and seconds. So in this particular case, concert B flat, major pentatonic, sort of using that superimposed over this bedrock of C minor 9. And what does that feel like? My bad. 1, 2, 3. Kind of fun. Also, the F major pentatonic will give us a whole, all 4 of the same, but one additional tension. So we have 11, 5, 13, root 9, 11, and another great scale to solo over. But if we use that over the C minor, that's where we really get some magic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so some neat ideas. Let me talk about line item number 3 here, which is the using Dorian or pentatonic, but using those in thirds. I mentioned that a little bit in the first video. But exercising the Dorian mode as a series of triads. So here's the Dorian mode, of course. This is C Dorian, but playing a triad over the 1st scale degree, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or the last one, and descending. Exercise the Dorian mode that way, all of the Dorian modes that way. It's really fantastic. But remember, and I put this note here, that way of delivery, I've only demonstrated 2 ways to use those 3 notes, which was to go from the bottom up and to go from the top down. I put LMH, or low, middle, high, and then the second is, or the reverse of that, of course, is high, middle, low. But what about number 2 here, low, high, middle, which gives you a different shape on that, and exercising that. And the inverse of that, what am I forgetting? Starting on the middle, low, high. And the reverse of that. Pardon me. I didn't list it here, but of course using them in a random fashion can really give a really wonderful organic sound. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's just a brief taste, but exercising each of those incarnations is really a great way to explore some possibilities when improvising. So I'll pause the video there, and in the third video we'll look at the dominant chord with the sharp 5.